Today, I wanted to go over some paddles I've been hitting and playing, some new releases that I'm not going to have a full review on, but I just wanted to give you my thoughts. So today we're going to start with some powers that fall within the power range, or at least all-court leaning power. First up, Gearbox, the GX2. This is their hyper shape, this is their standard shape paddle. And if you'll know a little bit about the Gearbox construction, they have that core of where they have foam, but it's outlaid in strips with some carbon fiber ribs in between there. This is one of their paddles that does have an edge guard in it. Okay, you know, a lot of Gearbox paddles are edgeless, but this one does have that. This is your standard shape paddle. Handle, I think it's 5.5 inches or so. A little bit tight for a two-handed backhand, but you can get a tui on there if you really want to. The main thing about this paddle is it's a very dampened feel. Like you can hardly tell that you've hit the ball. That may be good or bad depending on what you're looking for. If you don't like vibrations, if you don't like that stiff, hard feeling paddle, this might be one for you. I will say this, I think it's deceptively powerful. I know most people have kind of called it at the lower end of the power range or all court leaning power. For me, this is a full-on power paddle. I struggle to keep the ball in the court on this, and I don't know if that's just because of the deadening of the feel where you just don't get that feedback, or if it really is, but for me, this falls fully in the power category. I like it. I think this would be a great paddle if this is all you played with, because it plays differently than many of your other paddles, even the foam ones, but especially the honeycomb polypropylene core paddles. Because it plays so differently, I think you really have to get used to it. But all in all, great paddle, good power. Like I said, lots of power. Spins the ball, has nice touch, but you really have to get used to it. All right, next. I'll put these two together because these are constructed similarly. Also foam, but laid in strips. This is the Ronbus Ripple. This is the V2. This is the R2 shape, so the standard shape. Paddle. Once again, also plenty of pop, plenty of power, a little bit more responsiveness than the GX2. I find that I can keep this ball in the court and I get a little bit more shaping. So I think I can shape the ball a little bit better with this one than I can the GX2. One knock, and people have noted this, handle is squishy. And if you don't like squishy handles, then you're either going to change this out or grab a different paddle, because this handle is very squishy. Plenty of power and pop. I would put this in the power category, and I think most people do. It has very good spin, great shot shaping, good touch. It does have pretty good pop for the touch that it has, and sometimes that's where I get into trouble, is I get a little poppy with this paddle and being able to control it. But all in all, if you're one that can really control your pop and you really enjoy that spin and power, even in the standard shape, this thing's a monster. It's really good. All right, now we have the Friday Fever. You guys probably have known by now, if you're a paddle nerd like me, that Friday has a Gen 3 paddle out. This is it, their Fever paddle. Couple things, it does not play power. This definitely does play all court, okay? Even though the Gen 3 construction is there, it does have that nice honeycomb feeling in there, but it is not super powerful. It does shape the ball well, it does spin the ball well. It does benefit from some weight. I have 3 grams up here and here on this side, although I honestly think it probably could hold a little bit more. One thing that is divisive for people that I've seen on Discord and Reddit and stuff is the grip. They've got this kind of ribbing on the grip there, and some people like it, some people don't. I generally use a Ethos undergrip under my favorite paddles, so actually I feel like it feels fine, but some people that's a little bit irritating to them. So good paddle, great value, 99 bucks. And in the code, you can use my code, SSPBC. That'll save you a little money on there. But overall, strong work from Friday. I know they're coming out with a standard shape. This is the elongated, so be on the lookout for that. All right, and then have you guys seen the Wilson paddles? I think this is the prettiest pickleball paddle I've ever seen. It's shaped like a tennis racket with this V shape in the neck. It's got these edging here, which looks cool. Makes it a little harder to put weight on there if you want to. And the handle is great. It gets a little wider up here, but it has a real ergonomic feel and it feels fantastic. This is their power paddle. You can see here their Vesper Power. It's a 14, let me put that on there. It's a 14 millimeter paddle. Crisp, stiff. Personally for me, I don't like the way it plays, okay? So as you can probably tell on the screen there, it's a small face. This is an elongated paddle, but that's a fairly small face. The sweet spot, pretty small. Maybe more about there. It plays a little stiff. If you guys ever played the Selkirk Power Air, to me it plays similar to that. Maybe not quite as stiff. When you hit the sweet spot, it really has a nice pull and crisp hit to the ball, but you really got to be accurate with this one. So yeah, I don't think it's a bad paddle. It's just, I don't like the feedback I get with this. It's a little heavy in the vibrations. It's a little stiff for me, so it's probably not my favorite paddle. All right, guys. I'm gonna do another one of these with some paddle thoughts on maybe some more control / all court leaning paddles, so be on the lookout for that one. All right, you know what to do. Give me a like and a subscribe and a share and all this stuff. Peace.